Hi Crafty Peeps, Enis here, and I'm back with another Craft With Me video. This time I'm bringing to you a beautiful Valentine's card that I made for my mother to go along with the Valentine swap embellishments that I'm going to be sending to her. I'll be making an identical card for my sister with a little bit different of a sentiment on the inside. But this is a great card, and depending on how you decorate it, you could make it for any occasion that you want. And once again, I am featuring papers from this pink champagne hot buy package of paper that I got from Michael's a couple of years ago, as are all of the projects that I'm doing in this swap. So anyway, this features one of the cut apart cards from the collection, backed on a piece of plain blush color cardstock, and I embossed it with some gold embossing powder. And I used this Dollar Tree stamp set. I'm using this rose right here. And this is a belly band, so it comes off. And then it's a gatefold card, and you open it up, and it's really kind of cool because it's got a pop-up feature where you can write your sentiment or you can put a photo. However you want to decorate the inside is totally up to you. And then I just added a couple of cutout hearts that I used dies for. So with that, let's get into this project. I'm going to put this aside, and I'm going to shrink the video down a little bit so that you can see what's going on. So I have here all of my measurements for the paper that I'm using. You will need one piece of 110-pound cardstock. You'll cut it at 7 inches by 10 inches. On the 10-inch side, you're going to score at 2.5 and 7.5, and that will be your card base. The second piece of 110-pound cardstock is 5 by 6.5. You're going to score on the 6.5-inch side at 1 inch, 2 inch, and 5.5 inches, and that's going to be the platform part of the card, and that is the pop-up platform right here. Then you're going to need some gold cardstock, some pattern cardstock, some plain cardstock. I'm using blush in my example here, and a variety of embellishments. So with that, let's get started. So first, I've already cut my cardstock, and we'll start with the white pieces. Once again, this is 7 by 10. This is 5 by 6.5. and 4 by 11. So let me get my scoreboard. Set that up for scoring and my scoring tool. And on the 10 by 7, you're going to score at 2.5 and at 7.5. Okay. Then you're just going to take that piece, fold back on the score lines, burnish that down, fold back on the score lines, burnish that down, and there is your base gatefold card. So we'll set that aside. Then we're going to take our 5 by 6.5 inch piece, and along the 6.5 inch side, we will score at 1 inch, 2 inch, and 5.5 inches. Okay, and what you'll do here is you'll bend back on the 1 inch side, and then back on this 2 inch and this 1 inch. And this is what's going to form your platform inside of your card. Okay, so that will be inside. Then we're going to take our 4 inch by 11 inch piece, which is going to be the belly band, and along the 11 inch side you're going to score at 3 inches and 8.25. Once again, you're going to fold and burnish your fold, fold, burnish your fold. Now at this point, we can actually glue our belly band closed. And it is going to come to about here. See how that comes right there? So I'm just going to draw a line of glue up there and just swish it around, press that down, burnish it, and now we have our belly band. Okay? All right. So then we're going to take our base piece and we're going to work on the inside first. So according to our sheet here, this piece that goes here is going to be, let's see, this is going to be 4 3/4 by 6 3/4. And you need 1 piece of that, and then you need 2 pieces at 2 1/4 by 6 3/4. And so we're just going to glue those pieces into place. Okay. And you can use any color cardstock. You can use pattern cardstock. I just chose to use the plain blush. So I'm keeping in my pink theme. And when you lay this down, you're going to have about 1/8 of an inch all the way around, avoiding the score line. And you're going to press and burnish that down to spread the glue out. Okay. All right. I'm going to take my centerpiece, once again, add the glue. And you know, you don't even have to put the platform inside of this card. If you wanted just to use the plain cardstock and put your sentiment on top of it or decorate it any way you wanted to, that's totally up to you. You can use your imagination. The base of the card, once that's put together, you can do anything you want to decorate this card. Okay, and once again, you're kind of shooting for about 1/8 of an inch all the way around. And I like to burnish that down and spread the glue out. Okay, and then we're going to take our other side panel piece, get our glue on there. So I am just about done with this swap. Once I finish these cards, and I have 4 that I have to do all together. So I'm going to do 2 like this. I already have this one done. And then this one will be my second one for this style. And then probably tomorrow evening I will make the other 2 cards. Okay, so that is the inside. And now we're going to work on these 2 outside flaps. So I'm going to take my 2 gold foiled pieces, and these are cut 2 1/4 by 6 3/4. And you don't have to use the gold. If you want to just put pattern cardstock or plain cardstock, you would cut it to this same measurement, which is 2 1/4 by 6 3/4. But I'm choosing to do a layering on mine. So this is going to be the full size piece. And then the next piece I'm going to put on is going to be 1/4 of an inch smaller all the way around. And I'll show you that in a minute. Once again, we're aiming for about 1/8 of an inch. Doesn't have to be perfect, but just, you know, do your best to try to line it up so it looks even. Okay. And then I'm going to do the other side. And by the way, I haven't mentioned this in any of my videos so far, but my daughter-in-law is going to have a baby, and her due date is this Sunday. And if she doesn't have the baby by Sunday, they're going to induce her on Monday. So at least by next week sometime, I'm going to have a new grandchild. So I do have one grandchild. His name is Xander, and he's 10 years old. And this will be his baby sister. I don't think that's lined up right, so I'm just going to squinch it over a little bit. There you go. And so we're all excited in the Blisman family to welcome the new granddaughter who's on the way. So I might have some pictures of the new baby sometime next week that I might be able to share. So anyway, on top of this, we're going to do our layer pieces, and these pieces are 2 1/4 by 6 3/4. And I've already pre-cut just like everything else. I know you'll probably have to cut if you're crafting along with me, or at least writing down the measurements. I did show the measurement sheet that I have earlier, and you can always stop the video there so that you have your correct measurements for cutting your own paper. And let's see here. Get that. Okay. All right. So it's coming together. So anyway, I can't wait to share the pictures of the baby with you guys next week. They already have her name picked out. Her name is going to be Ivy Janae. And so, yeah, we are really excited about that because our family is full of boys, and we're really excited to be able to welcome a little girl to the Blisman family. Yeah, I have 3 sons. My older brother, he had a son and a daughter. My younger brother had 4 sons, and then my 2 sisters don't have any children. So we have all boys except 1. So now, yeah, let's get the granddaughters coming in because I'm really excited about that. Okay, so here is the outside of our card. Now we are going to jump inside and work on our platform. Now before I glue the platform in, I'm going to open this out and we're going to decorate it. So I'm going to take my pieces here, and I have this piece here, which according to my sheet I'm calling the platform side layer, and it measures 3/4 by 4 3/4, and that is going to go, this is the side that has 2 bends on it. It's going to go right here, not the first bend but on the second one. So let me get some glue on there. And maybe, if I have time, I'm going to start doing some Craft With Me videos that will feature baby products. I used to have an Etsy shop for a long time where I did machine embroidered baby items, like bibs and caps and blankets and onesies and t-shirts and everything. So it'll be fun to do that again, but I'll be doing it on my own time instead of on customer time. Okay, so now on the main piece of the platform, I have this cut apart that I got from the paper collection. I did have to trim it down a little bit so that it would fit. Okay, and I wrote my sentiment on there to my sister. So I'm going to glue that on. And like I said, you can decorate the platform however you want to, or you can eliminate the platform altogether. And one of the fun things about this platform is you can also use it as a gift card holder or a photo mat opportunity. And I will show you that once we get this in place. Okay, so we have that on. So now the platform is decorated. And what we're going to do is we're going to put glue on this 1-inch flap. Okay, glue on the 1 inch. And you'll want to glue that in pretty good because it's going to get some tugging when the project opens and closes. You're going to center this up and down, and you're going to put the base of this fold right in the fold of this side, okay? So right about the center, from top to bottom, I'm going to put it in the fold, and I'm going to close this. Okay? Press that down real good. I'm going to open it up. I'm going to press it from the inside. So you want this piece to make sure that it really adheres because it's going to get a little bit of wear when the card opens and closes. So give that some time to dry. Okay. And then we're going to take this side and we're going to put glue on this piece. Okay. This is a pretty easy card. It looks complicated, but it really isn't, and it's got great impact. Okay, so now with this one, we're going to fold it down like this, okay, and we're going to close the card down like that, okay, press it down, okay, burnish it down a little bit. I like to turn it over on the back side and burnish that, because once again, you want this piece to stick down really good, or else it's going to be popping loose and you're going to have all kinds of problems. Okay, so there is our platform. So when we close the card and then open it up, the platform opens. So anyway, I was telling you that this would be a great place to tuck a gift card, or you could put some photos in here. You wouldn't want to put anything too thick, because you got to remember this has got to close and you're going to have the belly band on it. So now you're going to take whatever embellishments you plan to use, and I just cut out a few die cut hearts, and get a pair of tweezers here. I'm going to put some glue on the back of this. Okay. And you can be kind of sparing with this. This is really thin, and well, you don't want to tear your die cut, and you don't want to get too much glue on, because then it'll get all messy on the inside and it won't look pretty. And because I'm using gold cardstock, it'll really cause the cardstock to look yucky. And sometimes what I'll do with a fine thin piece like this, I'll put the glue on and then I'll just sort of tamp it a little bit so it takes off the excess. And I'm just going to place that right here. Okay, it's really pretty. And then I'm going to take my second heart, get my glue on there, and you can embellish with anything. With this card, you can use some jemmies, you can use cut-aparts, you can, I don't know, make your own little things. You can get stickers to put in here, and I'm just tucking this heart underneath here a little bit because I don't want it to get into the fold, but I do want it right there. Okay, so that's the inside of my card. Okay, and that folds closed like that. Move this out of the way. And now we're going to finish up the belly band, and then we'll be done. So we're going to take back our belly band. Remember, we glued this piece already. And I have my layer piece for the belly band, and this layering piece is 5 by 3 3/4. And like I said, I just used a flower die and I stamped it around with some embossing ink, and then I embossed it in gold. So I'm going to glue that on here. And once again, you can embellish this belly band however you want to. And if you don't want to put a belly band on your card, you don't have to. It's whatever you want to do. And this should be about 1/8 of an inch all the way around again. That's kind of the standard margins for a lot of card making. Sometimes my margins are a little bit bigger than others, but generally they're around that size. Oop. That one's a little too much off, so I'm just going to pick it up and move it a tiny bit. Stick that back down. Okay. And since I heat emboss the front, I don't want to run my bone folder over the top of it too much. And then I want a little bit of volume on my cut apart that I'm putting on the front, so I just cut a piece of chipboard, and you can use foam tape or foam squares, whatever you want to do, but I have so much of this scrap pieces from doing mini albums that I think this is a great way to use them up, and it's free. And honestly, what crafter doesn't like free and saving money? So I find this is a really good way, a secure way, and a cheap way to get some volume out of my projects. So I'm just going to glue that on the back of my cut apart. Okay, and then we're going to add our glue to the chipboard. Okay, and you'll want to center this on your card. And Kiki hasn't been bothering us today, but that's because I have the door closed and he's out there, but I can hear him scratching at the door trying to get in. But I'm almost done here so he can come in when I'm finished. So there is our belly band. And here's our card. And look how gorgeous that is. Okay, so we have the inside with the platform. Fold it up, put our belly band on. And aren't those absolutely beautiful cards? Like I said, you can decorate it however you want to. You can eliminate the belly band. You can put some little flowers, maybe some paper flowers on the front or rosette or something to decorate. You don't have to put the platform on the inside. You can do some other type of decorations or just stamp a sentiment. I don't have a lot of stamps, so I either have to handwrite it or I use my Cricut machine. And I didn't feel like getting the Cricut machine going, so I just hand wrote it onto a little, this is actually a cut apart from that paper collection. And nice that it had lines on it so I could write my note in there. So there you have it. Beautiful Valentine's card. Super easy to make. Great impact depending on what kind of paper you're using. And thanks again for joining me for another Craft With Me video. I hope you enjoyed this. I would love it if you drop some comments and let me know if you get to try it out and how it worked out for you. If you have any questions or I made any mistakes in my measurements, please let me know. In the meantime, I will say goodbye and ask that you would be kind enough to like and subscribe to my channel. I really, really appreciate it as I'm building things up, and we'll just see you on the next crafty video. Thanks, Crafty Peeps. Bye.